I'm just going to read this excerpt from the New York Times by Anthony Edwards' injury. So it says right here, the team announced Monday that Edwards will be reevaluated in 1 week, but team sources expected him to need another week to return to play. Edwards left the game against the Indiana Pacers on Sunday night after just 3 minutes on the court and watched the rest of the game from the bench. He had an MRI on Monday that revealed the extent of the injury, which is a big blow to the Timberwolves early this season. Edwards will miss a minimum of 8 games. He scored 41 points in the season opening win over Portland and then scored 31 points in a loss to the Los Angeles Lakers on Friday night, the first time he was seen grabbing at his hamstring. So according to this article, Anthony Edwards is going to miss around 8 games. Possibly it could be longer. I have to say, I've always hated hamstring injuries in the sense that they're a pain in the ass to deal with because they're like nagging. It can be annoying to get back to 100%. You might feel like you're back at 100 and then you try to play and suddenly you re-aggravate it. I've seen this happen plenty of times over the last several years with these hamstring injuries I've observed with these players. So this is like a delicate situation for the Timberwolves. Obviously, it's not a season-ending injury, but you don't want to rush Anthony Edwards back. You don't want to rush him back because he can either re-aggravate the injury or it can lead to something worse. I've heard that when you try to play through hamstring injuries without healing, you can possibly blow out your ACL, or it can even lead to Achilles tendon because you're exerting so much pressure on the other muscles to make up for what's going on with your hamstring. So it's a very tricky injury to handle, but at the same time, the Western Conference is so competitive that not having Edwards for that many games could be a major blow for the Timberwolves season. Granted, it's early, but if they even finish below 500 while he's gone, it puts them in a big hole to get out of because the West is like hyper competitive. So you need to get every win you can because you could win easily over 40 some games and still be in the play-in in the West. That's how difficult it is. And I think it's going to be a tall task for the Timberwolves to win without him. I look at their schedule right now. Let's see who they're facing for at least the next 8 games. So you have the Denver Nuggets. That's going to be their next game. I have this as a loss for sure. The Lakers game, I have that as like a toss-up since the Lakers don't have Doncic or LeBron. So it's kind of like you're on even footing with the Lakers when you play them on Wednesday. Charlotte Hornets, I'm going to say that's a loss for them. Charlotte's actually been playing well this year. Then they play the Brooklyn Nets. That could go either way. Brooklyn's a bad team. Then you face the Knicks. That's a loss. You face the Jazz. That could go either way. Sacramento, after that could go either way. Then you face the Jazz. That could go either way. So I would say they have a few guaranteed losses on their schedule without Anthony Edwards. And there's a few games I feel that can go either way. Let me just count them. The Nets, the Jazz, the Kings, the Jazz. So they have 4 games that can go either way without him. And they have like 5 games I think it's going to be very hard to win without him. So maybe they get lucky and they can somehow break 500 through some fluky wins. But they're going to really need Julius Randle to be big for them during the stretch without Anthony Edwards. And let's just see how Julius Randle has been doing this season. Julius Randle's numbers have been pretty good, actually. 25.3 points per game, 6.7 rebounds, 6 assists a game, 1 steal, on 57% shooting overall from the field, 47 from 3. So he's been on fire these first 3 games. They're going to need him to maintain that pace if they're going to have any chance to to play at least 500 basketball without Anthony Edwards. So we'll see what happens, but this is a major blow for the Timberwolves.